Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Opening Night Trivia, the only show on the internet that is this one, probably, thankfully. Today we got a match. It's a geek match between two of our strongest competitors, probably. I think actually it would make a lot of sense if they were, because this is official. This is a title eliminator. Winner gets very tough competitor in and of itself. With me is somebody that knows a little something about geek play. It is the great Joe Farrelly. Joe, how are you?
I'm not doing too bad. Everything seems to be going quite well for me at the moment. And you know me, I like to be here, even though I just sort of come here when you tell me to, and I write stuff when you tell me to. And yeah, let's do it.
Great. Today we got Robert Castner, someone who you are pretty much an expert in now at this point in your career. Versus someone that I pretend to be an expert in because he beat me once a very long time ago, Ryan Payne. Ryan is on the comeback. He has put up 3 strong wins. He's got several knockouts. And now he takes on Robert Castner, the former title challenger. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a great match. You know, both players are, geek tour de forces. They come in, they know all their stuff. It's going to be very tight. I think there's going to be very few misses. Robert, like you said, is someone who's competed for titles on numerous occasions, not just here, but also in other leagues. He's won titles in other leagues. And Ryan is a player that just, no matter where you go, whether there's a geek league, he is always one of the top competitors throughout. Has won a title in another league, geek-wise. Yeah, phenomenal players, both of them. And I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely agreed. That's enough from us for now. And we're going to go to the promos.
Oh man. What can I tell all of you right now? If you guys know who I'm playing against, you've seen my matches. All that's going to happen here is that one of us is going to miss. Maybe one of us is going to get into round 3 unscathed. At this point, I've been enjoying the run I've had so far here in ONTL Geek, and I do appreciate the camaraderie and the recap from Joe and Alex. Like, yeah, I busted my ass. And hopefully this pays off going against Robert. If not, I don't have any regrets. I fought my way up from the low totem pole to get right back up here to play amongst the top tier geek players. And also, this is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, if I lose, then you know what? Next time comes around, I'll play up against more geek players to test my mettle against them. So, you know what? Enough being said, Robert, I know you are a damn good competitor and you're a worthy adversary. So let's just burn this whole thing down.
Oh, wouldn't I love to burn things down? Because I seemingly find myself in positions like this a bit. And by Joe having experience with me, you mean Joe has a lot of experience knocking my ass to the ground. But there's one thing interesting about today. Ryan has been playing his way up. Ryan has been experiencing the ONTL Geek environment, the milieu, up to this point, with a little bit more frequency than me. I haven't played since I lost that title match to Joe, I don't know, like 6-7 months ago. So who knows? I might be a little rusty. Granted, I've been playing in other leagues, but you never know. And Ryan, who I've played in other occasions, who I know pretty well, is very good at this stuff. I fancy myself pretty good at it too. But we'll see how that time off will translate. I'm not quite sure. I'm speaking like this, like I'm the fucking Riddler or whatever, because I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be fun. Ryan, as you know, we're almost sort of mirrors, not in a traditional sense, but in a trivia sense. Looking forward to it, buddy. Let's meet on that battlefield. Let's fucking go.
Great. And we are back from those scintillating promos. We're going to try to throw more actors. By the way, I'd like to thank J.J. Abrams for setting up my camera setup today. It's like a good look with the lens flare. Solid. I mean, what else can you say? Both are ready. Both a little trepidatious. Both know that this is going to be a hell of a match.
Both very cordial about each other, very polite, and just glad Robert didn't break out into a cause of Ave Maria. So, you know.
Yeah. Can't wait to play in this league. I'm going to do so much shit talking. All right, let's get things going. Bringing in our first competitor. He is the ranked number 3 contender with a record of 3 wins, 2 defeats with 2 knockouts. He is Ryan Payne. Hello, Ryan. Good seeing you. And his opponent, the ranked number 2 contender with a record of 4 wins with just 1 defeat. He is Robert Castner.
No, I'm not. No. Not doing it.
Rob Schneider did it better. All right, Bobby C is in the house. Ryan is in the house. So we're going to get things started with round number 1. In round number 1, we have 10 questions from 10 different categories from what we have determined here at ONTL to be Geek. Each player will have some amount of time to write down the best attempt at an answer. They will then show it, say it aloud for the cameras and the audio. That'd be great. My mom is hard of hearing, so if you could just, thanks. 10 questions. If you hit all 10 questions, you will be awarded a bonus question. And I, fun fact, will do 1 dab right here on cam, on stream. It'll happen.
I've seen it.
Hot sauce?
3 repeats. 1 challenge should you need it for the whole of the match. Any questions?
No.
All right.
No.
Then we will.
I mean, if that dab is of hot sauce, then I can't wait to see what you're going to put that on. But if not, we'll see where it goes.
Well, then in one of the words of one of my favorite franchises, good luck. All right, let's get things going. Question 1 will be delivered. Oh, I'm not qualified for that. Yeah, it will be delivered by Joe.
Yes, because it's one of my favorite categories. The first question comes in the category of Star Trek. And your question: name 1 of the 2 Star Trek movies to feature the Kobayashi Maru test.
No, Joe. You are probably happily married, right?
Yeah.
Can you give us any dating advice?
I haven't been on a date trying to get with someone for like 7 years, so no.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried.
Keep trying. Go on loads.
3, 2, 1. Pens are down. We will start with Robert.
The Wrath of Khan.
And Ryan.
I just went with the 09 Star Trek.
Both are acceptable answers.
Yep.
Points all around.
Right.
Your second question will come from the category of Marvel. Which X-Men character has the real name Kane Marco? It's just we get kind of bogged down with the trivia aspects of it, of this whole bit. That's why we're trying to branch out to do stuff like Let's Love Star Wars, and we're trying to give people stuff that they might use. For example, that's why I tell people to go outside every once in a while or drink water. It's because I'm not gonna lie, some of the I call them reasons why I drink, a little pasty. We're gonna go in 5, 4.
I've had a few drinks today.
3,
Celebratory.
2.
Jealous.
Same. Pens are down. We'll go to Ryan.
That would be the Juggernaut.
And we will go to Robert.
I'm on my second marker. I apologize for how this is going. Juggernaut.
I'll accept it. I can see it.
Okay.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Actually, speaking of which, I'll grab 3 more markers.
Are we all sorted for markers?
Yeah, I'll keep working at it, but
I grabbed more just in case. So.
Your third question comes in the category of mixed bag. Who provides the voice of the prison warden in Megamind? Good old who provides the voice question.
Absolutely. Prison, surprisingly, not one of the many places that I've been. Allegedly.
I'm shocked. Nah,
I
never disappointed.
I type the word who into my phone now, and the first 3 words that come up on predictive text are provides, plays, directed.
God.
That's a real shame.
You're too deep in the weeds at that point.
Sometimes composed.
3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Over to Robert.
J.K. Simmons.
And Ryan.
I wrote Stephen Colbert.
J.K. Simmons is correct. So Robert will get the point on that. Ryan not eligible for today's dab. Ryan still in the running.
That goddamn Megamind's a menace. He doesn't say that.
He does not. Your next question will come from the category of the DCEU. How many DCEU movies has Margot Robbie appeared in?
Like most, I think, was first introduced to Margot Robbie from The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
Avid follower of her career ever since.
Jesus.
Oh, look, how many of the people on this call are blushing right now? I see 1, 2. It's difficult to tell if I am. NGL. David, maybe?
David,
you in it?
We know that's sexual wakener.
3, 2, 100%. 1. Pens are down. Brian.
3.
And Robert.
I also have Trace. Or 3.
3 is correct. Back in it.
Your next question, moving from the DCEU over to just DC. Dario Marianelli composed the score to which DC movie?
Were you like a band kid?
Not really. I tried to be musical. I tried to learn the drums. I wasn't very good. I have no rhythm.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad the whole handsome adult thing worked out for you.
Adult, at least.
I'm glad that it went. I mean, it's not for everybody.
Even at that age, turns out all I had a real knack for was remembering useless facts, mostly about movies.
Well, we'll see how that pans out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Robert.
No dabs for us today. I said The Kitchen.
And Ryan.
I also wrote The Kitchen.
The Kitchen is incorrect.
Yes.
We were looking for V for Vendetta.
Okay.
Makes more sense.
No dabs. No dabs. But it's all right. We got more questions, probably. For example, here's one. The Wizarding World. How many Wizarding World movies feature Harry riding his Nimbus 2000 broomstick? A lot of counting ones.
Not counting with these questions.
I mean, you remember when I had to answer a counting one recently, and oof. Didn't help that I was like atomically hammered. Hey, check that match out. Coming in soon, probably.
Oh my
All
god.
right, we're gonna go for
There's a lot of great matches to catch coming soon.
1. Pens are down. You have absolutely no idea, everybody. Ryan.
I went with 3.
And Robert.
I again also went with Trace or 3.
3 is the correct answer.
Your next question comes in the category of Middle-earth. What rank is Faramir in Gondor's army in the Two Towers? I recently may be obtaining a new rank very soon. Passed an exam that allows me to go for promotion.
At what point do we have to start like saluting
Nice.
you?
None, unless you're British, I guess.
Oh,
Yes, I don't have to.
Oh, I have no power.
Wow.
Any of you. I have no jurisdiction. with
Hooray!
any
No
of you.
jurisdiction. I can gamble.
3. 1. Pens are down. Robert
I said captain.
and Ryan.
Hashtag not my captain.
Captain is correct.
Captain is correct. All right. Moving right along. We go now to sci-fi killers.
Yay.
What type of vehicle do Dallas, Ricky, Molly, and Kelly use to escape the town at the end of AVP Requiem?
This was a movie.
I think so, but like it's too dark to tell, honestly.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have no idea what the fuck happened in that.
Every video essay said the same damn thing.
I have yet to read a review for this movie that didn't involve some critique of the lighting in this movie.
Could have used a little old
There needs to be an automatic.
Could use the Abrams touch.
or
Honestly, that's one movie that can use.
1. Pens are down. Did I ask that question, Ryan?
This film just needs a filter every time you go to watch it. I wrote helicopter.
And Robert.
Yeah, I feel like it was filmed in the Marianas Trench or something. Helicopter.
Take helicopter for points. Points.
And lucky me, I got Star Trek, I got Middle Earth, and your next category is Star Wars. Who is revealed to be the Resistance spy inside the First Order in The Rise of Skywalker? See, I got happy I got Star Wars, then there was Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, we recently started recording a show called Let's Love Star Wars, and we had a real kind of a hard time with where we wanted to start because we didn't want to end on Rise of Skywalker.
End on Mandalorian.
We just I'm not. Oh, that's so
Obi-Wan after it comes out.
Robert already did those reviews. We're gonna go in 5.
So many. Yeah, so many.
2, 1. Pens are down. Robert.
General Hux. His first name is Armitage.
And we will go to Ryan.
Yeah, what about the afterward of the Mandalorian, which is Book of Boba Fett, General Hux?
And a bonus point for Robert in my heart.
Thank you.
All right, end of the line. So we will go now to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. Your question: what is the name of the hidden city Wenwu is trying to locate in Shang-Chi? We just gave up in the middle of the title there. That's all right.
We've established in this league that Shang-Chi is an acceptable answer for this question.
We also did in other leagues, as Joe and I know.
That's fine. I'm just small. When this movie, hopefully, this movie gets a sequel, that will not be acceptable anymore. We will need the full.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
3 of the 2021 MCU.
Repeat the question.
All right. That is Ryan's first repeat. Once again, from the Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU, what is the name of the hidden city Wenwu is trying to locate in Shang-Chi?
I think we can say pretty safely that most competitors are going to be very happy when we add the 4th of the 2021 MCU movies as an eligible movie. Because I think people want to rewatch that, whether it's for study or not.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2,
I already did.
1. Pens are down, Ryan. We'll start with you, actually, Ryan.
It's right there in front of my face, and I just wrote Tao Shine.
Incorrect. And Robert.
Ta Lo.
Ta Lo is correct. So at the end of round number 1, I have the score at 9-7. True fact? Anyone else? Yep. All right.
Strong round 1 from both competitors.
Yes, absolutely. At this difficulty, Robert with a 2-point lead for right now as we head into round number 2. Round number 2, we have randomly just drummed up 3 categories. They each said one they didn't want, and we were like, all right, if you insist. They will be asked, each competitor will choose one. They will then be asked 5 questions at 2 points apiece. Unless they go multiple choice, then it'll go down to 1 pointer piece. Today's categories: Star Trek, The Wizarding World, and Sci-Fi Killers. The third category, should we need it, will be used in round number 3. Robert, you have control of the board, so that allows you the option of choosing your category first or second, as well as if you wish to answer your questions first or second.
I will choose first, and I'm going to go with Star Trek.
All right, Trek is off the board.
And I would like Ryan to go first. I'm going to go second.
All right, going second, Ryan. Trek is off of the board, so I can offer you Wizarding World or Sci-Fi Killers.
I'm going to go with Sci-Fi Killers.
All right. Sci-Fi Killers is off of the board. We will be going to the category of Wizarding World later, if we need it. Ryan, we will be answering or asking you your questions first once again from the category of sci-fi killers. Joe, I know you have a proclivity for Star Trek, so I will be taking these questions in sci-fi killers, if you do not mind.
All right.
All right. Your first question. How specifically did Newt die at the beginning of Alien 3?
She drowned in her stasis pod.
That is correct for 2 points. Second question. In Terminator 2, Sarah dreams that she witnessed Judgment Day while at what type of location?
That lives rent-free in my head. A playground.
That is correct for 2 points.
Like, it's traumatizing to see that as a 6-year-old.
Third question. At the end of the Predator, what item of Nebraska's does Quinn wrap in a bandana in his memory? Answer repeat in 5.
I'm going multiple choice.
4. All right. Multiple choice. Your options are A, cigarettes, B, a playing card, C, medication, or D, an origami unicorn.
Crap. I'm going to go with playing card.
Playing card is incorrect. So we will go to Robert for a 1-point steal possibility. Once again, your options are A, cigarettes, B, a playing card, C, medication, or D, an origami unicorn.
It's the nasty habit he couldn't quit, cigarettes.
That is correct for a 1-point steal.
Between those two.
All right. Fourth question. Back to Ryan. In Terminator Genesis, Sarah says she first met Pops in what year? Answer repeat. 5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Your options: A, 1972, B, 1973, C, 1974, or D, 1975.
B.
B, 1973 is correct for 1 point.
Yes. Right.
All right. And your last question. In which sci-fi killers movie does Harry Dean Stanton appear?
That would be Alien.
And that is correct for 2 points. 7 points pickup for Ryan, giving up a 1-point steal in sci-fi killers. Strong round. We can now go to Robert for 5 questions in Star Trek.
Robert, are you ready for your questions in Star Trek?
I was ready for those questions in sci-fi killers, but decisions. Go ahead.
Okay, your first question. In what city is the Kelvin Memorial Archive that is bombed at the beginning of Star Trek Into Darkness?
Multiple choice.
Okay, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Paris, B, San Francisco, C, London, or D, New York?
London.
That is correct for 1 point.
Just went for it.
Your second question. What do Dr. Soren and the Klingons hack in order to spy on the Enterprise and obtain their shield frequency in Star Trek Generations?
Geordi's visor.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. Which member of the Enterprise crew poses as the captain and attempts to negotiate with Sybok while Kirk rescues the hostages in The Final Frontier?
Chekhov.
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question in Star Trek. In which Star Trek movie does a character order a drink called a Cardassian Sunrise?
Star Trek 09.
Correct for 2 points. And your final question. In what part of the Enterprise is Captain Picard when he is beamed aboard the Scimitar in Star Trek Nemesis?
Multiple choice, please.
Okay, your multiple choice options are: is it A, the bridge, B, sickbay, C, engineering, or D, his quarters?
Can I get a full repeat question and options, please?
You can indeed.
Okay.
In what part of the Enterprise is Captain Picard when he is beamed aboard the Scimitar in Star Trek Nemesis? And your options are A, the bridge, B, sickbay, C, engineering, or D, his quarters.
His quarters?
That is incorrect. Ryan, chance for a 1 point steal. Your options once again are A, the bridge, B, sickbay, C, engineering, or D, his quarters.
Okay. I'm going to go with the sick bay.
That is correct for a 1 point steal. Bringing us to the end of round number 2.
That is the end of round number 2. And at the end of it all, I have Robert ahead by what's the score? 15 to 17. So fairly close game here. Some steals maybe being decisive here as we go into round number 3. In round number 3, we have the one and only category of the Wizarding World. We'll decide probably, unless we go to sudden death, it's possible, who will go on to play Mark Meyer for the number 1 contendership. Here's how it's going to work. We have 2 sets of 2, 3, and 5 point questions that will be administered to the field, at least as individuals, probably. Robert, you have control of the board. Would you like set 1 or set 2?
I'm going to take set 2.
Set 2. Ryan will take set 1. Just to remind you, the challenges are still in play, and you have each just used 1 repeat.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
So,
Ryan,
yep.
As Alex gave you your questions in round 2, I'll be giving you your questions in round 3. Are you ready for your 2-pointer from set 1 in Wizarding World?
Accio questions.
Your 2-pointer. What was the last Wizarding World movie to be composed by John Williams?
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
That is correct for 2 points. And a tie game.
Yep. Tie game. That means we will go to Robert for his 2-pointer. Robert, your question: what was the first Wizarding World movie to be composed by Alexandre Desplat?
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
That is correct for 2 points and the lead.
So passing it straight back to Ryan for your 3-pointer. Who verbally uses the spell Levi Corpus in Order of the Phoenix? Five. 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay. Who verbally uses the spell Levi Corpus in Order of the Phoenix?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Professor Umbridge.
1.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Luna Lovegood.
Right.
So your 5-pointer in order to send it back to Ryan, to Robert.
No worries.
You still have 1 repeat remaining. What are the last 3 words that appear on the note accompanying the invisibility cloak Harry receives in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone?
Last 3 words. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question. I'll use my last one.
What are the last 3 words that appear on the note accompanying the invisibility cloak Harry receives in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone?
Shit. This was a good run. I'll just say use with caution.
And your winner. Moving on to the #1 contenders match, Robert Castner. We were looking for Use It Well.
Use it well. Okay.
Use It Well was the answer. One out of 3 in a 5-pointer. Not bad at all. A tough 5-pointer. A really close match.
Yep, absolutely very close. We're going to be talking to today's. Let's start with Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, you put up a good fight. Not many people could score and take points off of Robert in his in round 2, especially with questions like those. How you feeling? Kind of bittersweet, I'm sure, to have gotten this far.
Yeah, it's a little bittersweet, but you know, at the same time, I'm not ashamed of my performance on the road I got here. I said to myself, but back before you guys brought me back for my 3rd match, I was 0-2. I'm going to myself, take match 1 at a time. Don't try to focus so much on what my opponent knows, and just stay focused on what I know. Hear every question, hear it well. That way, I don't try to always assume what you guys are going to ask me. And it served me very well in my 3 matches coming up to Robert. Now, of course, the part of me is a little bittersweet because those 2 questions, I mean, even though I missed 3 questions, those 2, if I had just taken, maybe used my repeats on those, especially for the V for Vendetta, I could have gotten to it. But also, I mean, when it comes down to its strategy, it just ultimately made me realize, given my track record, most of my losses from now has always been in the 3rd round. So I figured just save those for the 3rd. Treat this as if you're doing a speed round. Maybe it'll come to you. They didn't. That's completely fine. At least it'll give me more time to patch up what I know. And I'm not ashamed of what in round 2. Because to be honest, Trek was going to be my first choice. And if Robert had taken it, I could live with Wizarding World in round 3. So I wanted to get Sci-Fi Killers out the way.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
Your tactics were pretty clear. Give yourself something you feel stronger in round 3 when you're going to potentially have, and you did have a 5-pointer. It's a smart tactic. It didn't quite pay off, but you can definitely see why it did. I think a lot of players would go with something they feel safer with in round 2. So I think you should be commended for that. Yeah. This obviously ends this portion of your title picture. However, we will have a tournament coming up soon. Is there anybody out there who you'd like to play? Bearing in mind, it's not a teams and you can't call out Frostboatman like everybody else does.
I swear to God.
If I end up coming across Alex in the tournament, then it'll be fun. To be honest, I'm looking forward to whoever I face against. I mean, there are people I don't want to face, not because out of fear, but because of kayfabe wise, I don't know. I'm not over it yet. I guess when it comes down to it, I would love to play Mark if he doesn't make it. If Mark does not capture the championship, I'd love to play him in the tournament. I'd actually want. I'm kind of half in and half out of wanting to go against Brittany to really see how well the 2 of us can do. Because if I remember from that free for all, especially Joe, I mean, we were the last 3, and it would.
And I'm not in this title picture.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm excited for whoever I'm going to be going up against. If it's a brand new rookie, then great. I can test to be sure that I haven't lost my killer's edge. I haven't lost my edge. And
you can say killer's edge. You've definitely got a killer's edge.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, depending on the season goes, you can get too complacent. The next thing you know, you get knocked out by a rookie coming up. It happened to me in another league. I don't want that to happen to me again.
All right. Well, I can honestly say it'd be an honor to play you in the tournament. We'll see what happens. Ryan, well done, and we'll see you soon. And coming back with today's winner, advancing to the contenders match, Robert Castner is back at it again. Back in the win column, 5-1 as I have it. Congratulations. Officially the best record in ONTL Geek, if you believe it or not. So that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got the win here today. Strong performance in pretty much every round. Round 2, just like a small one multiple choice steal. That's all right. We do know who your opponent is. You know who your opponent is, of course. Mark Kamier. Tell me, what do you think about that?
So just going into the match we just had. So when you said Dario Marinelli, the only thing I could think of was Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it, what else did he fucking compose? Jesus, hate that guy now. And then I heard when we got to round 2, I was very conscious of strategy. I thought maybe I'll take Wizarding World and leave him those other 2. And then I heard from the grapevine that, Ryan, I know Ryan, I know he's good at everything, but good at the Star Trek lately. So I was like, I literally read through every fandom wiki basically today, as much as crazy as that is. And I was like, you know what? I always go against myself when I study things right away or like in the last period. Just hone in on it, man. Just do it. So I did it. I knew the London one. I don't know why I just didn't shoot at it. And then the other one, I just, when you read that many wikis, you think about where people are when they get transported on stuff, and it gets muddled. And then we got to Wizarding World, and I just got lucky. I was between use it well and use it wisely. So, I would have been in a conundrum. I started off this league playing one Mark Kamier in a pretty, decent match that it went down to the wire. That was when we still had Oscars in this play.
Sure.
That I used that to my advantage. That's how it worked. So I'm looking forward to playing him again. Honestly, in both ONTL singles and ONTL Geek, I did that run where I was undefeated and then I lost in the championship to a clearly superior opponent. That one I haven't played yet. This one, I'm glad I got to come back. I'm looking forward to playing Mark. This is a situation. This man, who's been the bane of my geek existence, I love him, but he's been the bane of my geek existence forever, is not in this run. So that means I have to take advantage of this, because if I don't, chances are I'll have to see him again. So Mark is great. Mark's a wonderful person. Mark brings such levity to this, where I'm a ball of nerves gnarled inside myself. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't give a crap about that. Yeah, I know that also happened. Whatever, David. Jesus. All right. Whatever. Yeah, I meant like in this direct run, unless he wants to pull something out of thin air, this guy up here. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I like playing Mark. Mark's cool. It was the first time I got to play him the last time. I'm looking forward to this time. #1 contender match to see the Spaniard who I've seen a bunch. So again, it's just sort of familiarity as we get to the point of the championship.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't say that you actually have a pretty decent track record going against the Spaniard. I mean, maybe other places, but it's worth mentioning.
I haven't fought him for a title. So that will be
not yet. I mean, we don't know. I don't know yet.
Who knows? Someone could use their free-for-all title shot and make it a 3-way title match.
Jesus Christ! I might. No, I'm not meaning this seriously. I'm obviously being facetious. That might make me want to take the #1 contender match, honestly, just so I don't have to live with it again. No, I'm just kidding. Whoever it is, I will be fine, because if I get to that point, I'll be 6-1, and then the loss is just 6-2. So who gives a shit? So this has been fun. I've been on a bad run lately in other leagues, so I'm very glad to get this win, because there's a giant 800-pound gorilla that got off my back, and I'm very excited about that.
Dope. Well,
congratulations once again, Robert.
Yeah, we'll see you real soon.
Thank you.
Bobby C has left the building. That means that this video is almost over. Almost no editing probably for this one, except for like the words and stuff. Joe, that was like a great match actually. Yep. Bobby C.
It was a higher level of questions than we've had. We've had a lot of rookie matches lately. This was a real high standard of trivia, and I think both players really showed their mettle here. And it's both that number one contender match is going to be something to see, as is the title match.
Absolutely. Yeah, could you imagine if we just did like a one-on-one? That'd be weird. All right, so everybody, thanks for coming out to ONTL Geek. Tip your waiters, I guess. We put out lots of videos. If you guys could check out Let's Love Star Wars whenever that comes out, depending on when David Garcia has put them up. We started with The Force Awakens. If you want to see what Star Wars means to David and I, one of us cries. No, that's not true. I mean, maybe it's
Return of the Jedi. Get me on for Return of the Jedi.
So everyone, pet your dogs or cats. I don't know what you do with birds. And punch Nazis.
Clip their wings. Just clip
eat a healthy amount of chocolate. Go outside, drink some water. Send dating advice. Anyway, bye.
Stay classy.